It's Ed Skrein like wine. How are you, Ed? Good morning.
I'm very well. How are you guys?
Hey, we're doing awesome. All right, so if you're a big fan of number one, Game of Thrones, you probably recognize this guy. Also, Transporter. It's going to be out in theaters coming up this weekend. Tell us all about it, Ed. What can we expect?
Well, you can expect to see me wearing a Christian Dior suit riding a jet ski. You can expect to see me fighting in front of a moving car and driving under an aeroplane and you know, doing all types of crazy things in the beautiful south of France with beautiful women, a beautiful car, and yeah, it's a roller coaster.
It's almost sounding like Bond.
Yeah,
James
it does
Bond.
sound like almost like a James Bond movie.
Yeah, I mean, Bond was, you know, while I was, you know, shooting the movie, I was watching all of the action movies, you know, Bourne, and obviously, you know, Bond is an institution in the UK, so, you know, I certainly rewatched all of them, and I'm a big Bond fan.
You never know, Ed. That could be in your future.
Yeah, see,
They're looking for the new James Bond.
Yeah, we were talking about this off the air a little bit. You were thinking, man, what's it going to be in my future? And we thought, well, radio, it doesn't pay, but being a next Bond would probably.
Well, one step at a time, you know, we'll see. One step at a time.
So let's tell everybody.
Obviously, that would be a huge honor if I was even considered for the role.
That would be something right there, wouldn't it? So now you go from a show like Game of Thrones to a movie like Transporter. I mean, that's like night and day.
Yeah, and I mean, in the middle, I played, you know, I did a black comedy in Britain where I played a music manager of a girl band in the 90s, in the Britpop era, and you know, straight after Transport, I played a fashion photographer in a romantic tragedy in a Danish art house movie, and then went on to play a supervillain in a Marvel movie. So, you know, for me, it's all about the yin and the yang, satisfying all sides of the coin and balance. I really need to learn, I need to grow, I need to improve, and the only way I'm going to do that is by, you know, diversifying everything and trying to have new experiences and learn from each experience.
Now, several years ago, it says you released a record, and it was a rap record?
Yeah, I studied fine art, first of all. I was a painter, and that was a wonderful time, and I loved that world, you know, and then I started to find the underground music scene in London, and it was really interesting, you know, being surrounded by these sort of street entrepreneurs, and it was a wonderful time. We didn't make any money, but we loved it, you know. It was a great time, and it's where I forged a lot of my sort of creative morals and ideals and work ethic.
Well, don't worry about not making any money in the rap industry. Milli Vanilli didn't make it either.
That's terrible.
It's true. So you've done just as slow as that. You used to be
wonderful work. Loving your work.
Used to do a fitness thing and a swimming coach and all kinds of stuff. I'm telling you, you've done it all, man.
Yeah, I mean, I loved coaching. You know, I was an athletics and swimming coach, and whether I was teaching little kids to swim their first 10 meters or getting national swimmers to, you know, shave seconds off their time. It was a wonderful thing for me, a very inspiring thing. And, you know, all of these previous lifetimes that sound very different, you know, all of them really helped with this craft. And I suppose in this craft you need emotional arsenal, and you need, you know, diplomacy, and you need, you know, all of these different, you know, work ethic, and you need to be a little crazy. And I think, you know, all of that prepared me for it.
And the British accent doesn't hurt either.
It probably doesn't, no.
Well, I've got my mum and dad to thank for that.
Yeah. There you go.
So now, two more questions for you. Number one, what's your favorite movie of all time? Just kind of curious.
I would say probably there's a French movie called La Haine. I always pronounce it wrong, but it's spelled Haine, La Haine, and it's a beautiful movie. I also like the French movie Amélie. That's a beautiful movie, but, you know, there's so many great movies like City of God. That was a wonderful movie. And, you know, I must say, I loved Grease as well.
I love Grease.
Like John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, that one?
Describes all these crazy independent European films, but also Grease, you know. The yin and the yang comes out again.
Yeah, no doubt.
So do you want to comment at all about Game of Thrones? There was supposedly some, I don't know, politics behind the scenes around your departure.
Oh, yeah.
Want to spill any of that?
Well, I mean, I can't comment too deeply, but it was, you know, a wonderful experience, learning experience, and, you know, my plan was always to stay forever, and, you know, if it would have been great to have been able to stay, you know, but things have gone well since. So I don't look back. As they say, I'm not looking forward too far either. I'm enjoying today and enjoying speaking to you guys.
That's awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing it out in theaters this weekend. Transporter Refueled. We'll look for you in your suit and under planes and all that stuff. So.
Okay, well, it's been a pleasure talking to you guys. You guys have a wonderful day.
All right,
Thank
you too, Ed. Thank you so much, sir. All right, take care, bud.
There you go, Ed Skrein and the Transporter Refueled. It opens in theaters this weekend. So
talk to someone like that all day long. I mean, this guy has done everything. I bet he's done construction and he's worked as a plumber.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, he's done that much. But yeah, check it out. What happened to him in Game of Thrones, by the way? How did he die?
Well,
did they chop his head off or something?
No, they just said there was some, that he walked away and he was turning his back. But I think there was some politics behind the scenes. So I was trying to get it out of him, but
he wasn't going there.
He wasn't going there.
All right.
But we'll get this interview on our website so you guys can listen to it again. And of course, we'll post some beautiful photos of Ed Skrein like wine.
Yeah, his voice matches his face. There's no doubt about it. And he wants to get into radio now down to these dinner.
I could see him being the next James Bond.
Yeah,
actually.
no doubt. Okay, well, there you go.